morning and welcome to Muddy River Mornings. I'm Bob Goff.
And I'm Brittany Bull.
Happy birthday, America! America! Woo!
Oh, I was going to say the other part, but I forgot. This is a professional newscast.
Yes, this is a G-rated program. So we are in our red, white, and blue celebrating America's birthday, and we hope you are enjoying the holiday, and we want to get you started and let you know what's going on around the area where you can see fireworks and also what the weather might look like. But before that, you got to eat, right?
Absolutely.
What are we eating?
All right, so today we are starting off our day at Crazy Cakes. They are open today from 7 to 2. They're also open tomorrow from 8 to 2. Now they have a special all weekend. It's a delicious, crispy, cold chicken salad sandwich. It is served on a croissant.
Croissant. Come on, put some French in there.
A croissant.
Oh, there you go.
Or a bun with your choice of side. They chose fruit. That's always great. And they also have available these cute 4th of July cupcakes, all while supplies last, and those come in those little mini forms, the regular standard and the jumbo. So go ahead and get your 4th of July treats on. That's the perfect thing to take to the party when you don't want to cook.
And sprinkles.
And sprinkles.
Sprinkles makes everything better.
Yes.
What's going on this week? We've got a lot of great news.
Yes, so in our top stories this week, in Quincy news, the Sports Commission met for the first time on Tuesday to get things started for planning for the plan. They formed 2 subcommittees to take inventory of the existing sports facilities in Quincy and a tally of the teams and groups that already use those facilities. It was also David Adams' debut as he took a position with the city as the community developer planner. He will also co-chair this sports commission.
In Hannibal News, Mayor Darrell McCoy broke the tie in the final vote on an ordinance to allow 4th of July fireworks inside the Hannibal city limits. America, freedom, woo! That story, along with the entire agenda from that meeting, is up on our site. Aspen Gingenbacher, of course, covered that for us. Also, a lot of QPS chatter on the whole Denman debacle. Hashtag Brittany copyright. Allison Huber submitted a letter to the editor, got a lot of attention, and at the next school board meeting, it sounds like it's going to be a really big deal. And also, the University of Missouri Extension, they send us all kinds of great stories and stuff, and this is on coquilla. Did I pronounce that correct?
I think so.
Okay.
Coquilla.
Anyway, it's a weed, and apparently this weed can choke out.
Not a good one.
It's a bad one. Yeah. Okay, let's not go there. But this stuff can choke out soybean fields by as much as 70%, so they can do a lot of damage to the crops. And this story got picked up by some national web publications after we ran it through the Missouri Extension, and it is our most read story on Muddy River News this year.
That's amazing. Also,
Crazy.
I kind of think that was the same weed that Glenn Sanders might have mentioned in one of our previous Club Muddies as what is the most invasive species. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of crazy.
I would thought your kind of weed would have been a better story and gotten a lot of traffic, but apparently not.
Not when this is doom and disaster and gloom.
For agriculture, yes.
Yes. Okay, so in Illinois news, both Jill Tracy and Kyle Moore announced their campaigns for re-election. Tracy announced her campaign to run for Illinois Senate in the 50th District, with a lot of commenters from our site begging her to run for governor instead. She made that announcement on Tuesday, June 24th. Kyle Moore announced he is running for re-election for the Illinois House of Representatives in the 99th District on Tuesday. Moore was formally served as Quincy's mayor.
Jill Tracy ran for lieutenant governor a few years back with Kirk Dillard, and that was part of the, she was in the primary, I believe, that lost to Governor Rauner, so she has some statewide campaigning experience already. So I want to remind you, Hess Auto Agency is the proud sponsor of Muddy River Mornings. We are driven by Hess Auto Agency, and we'll be back right after this.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
Muddy River Engraving has been fantastic to work with, especially when I need something last minute, quickly. Andrew has just been fantastic to get me everything I need in a very quick, effective manner.
We work in a fast-paced industry, so for us, the fact that he personally delivers to it, that's one of the best things, and always comes through ahead of schedule.
What do I love about Muddy River Engraving? I love that Andrew supports the businesses that work with him. We'll see him in here almost every week, and that's nice that two people are helping each other out, pushing each other's product.
Hello, I'm Dr. Arshad Muzaffar, board-certified and fellowship-trained plastic and reconstructive surgeon at Blessing Health. This exceptional young woman is Isabella Peterson. I and my team have cared for Isabella and many children like her born with a cleft lip or palate, or both. The Blessing Health Craniofacial Anomalies Clinic team specializes in cleft lip and palate care and other head and facial bone disorders, known as craniofacial abnormalities. Each year, as many as 1 in every 600 babies is born with a cleft lip and palate. These conditions are treatable right here at home. Blessing's team is one of only 200 in the US and Canada whose care is approved by the American Cleft Palate Craniofacial Association, and the only team within 100 miles. We have the experience, skill, and passion to help your family right here at home. For more information on our care, go to the website on your screen.
Women are exceptional. In the workplace, in the home, in the community. We fill so many roles vital not only to our success, but also the success of those around us. We deserve health care that is as exceptional as we are. Blessing Health meets the varied needs of every woman, from OB/GYN care and breast health to pediatrics for those of us who have little ones in our life. Blessing Health, with you every step of the way.
Welcome back, everybody. So, the 4th of July means barbecues, grilling, hot dogs, hamburgers, fireworks, and what else?
Ice cream. It's National Ice Cream Month.
The whole month?
The whole month. There is a National Ice Cream Day. You'll hear a little bit about it in this next segment where we visit Gabe's Wilco to check out some of the best ice cream in town. Hey everybody, we are here at Gabe's Wilco celebrating National Ice Cream Month. I'm here with manager Sarah Turnbow. Thank you for being here, Sarah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so National Ice Cream Month, it was started and dedicated by President Ronald Reagan in 1984. So before my time, but and they like to tell me that here at the station. So, but you know what? I'm not too old or too young, and I don't think anybody is, to celebrate it, right?
That's right.
Okay, so at the Wilco, I hear we have the best ice cream in town. Tell me a little bit about it.
We serve Ashby's, hand-dipped. We have 16 flavors available in our bunker. We also have flavors that are not in our bunker available in our pint freezer, ready for you at any time.
So are those flavors, do those differentiate at all the time? Do you rotate those?
We do. We rotate the bunker flavors, so we invite you to come in regularly to see what is available.
I love that you're calling this a bunker, a bunker of goodness. What's your favorite flavor?
Depending on the day of the week, I think my ultimate favorite flavor is going to be the lemon cheesecake.
I think I'm right up there with her, and that is, I mean, it's to die for. I do also like the what was it, the Michigan pothole. If you're a chocolate lover, that is the ultimate chocolate.
1000% agree with you.
Okay, so you also make milkshakes here. Do you make your milkshakes with the ice cream?
We do. You can pick any of the 16 flavors that are available in our bunker, and we will make those into a milkshake for you.
Oh, if you want a chocolate milkshake, it's the Michigan pothole. That's where it is. So also a fun fact about ice cream, if I can remember this right, I know Randy knows it. The St. Louis World's Fair in 1904 is where the ice cream cone originated.
I did not know that.
It's so close by. It's crazy. But the special thing about the ice cream cone here, can you tell me about it?
We do. We offer 2 types of cones. We have a cake cone, which you can get pretty much anywhere. And we offer an in-house made, homemade, daily waffle cone that we do ourselves.
That was something that was one of Gabe's big dreams when he first took over the Wilco here. He's like, I want to get those homemade waffle cones in there. And he talked about it over and over. And now you are serving them. They are delicious. It is, yeah. Did you know also at one point in time when Ronald Reagan declared this as National Ice Cream Month, that he declared it that for the mere fact that it is nutritious. It was back when they were like pushing the milk days, you know, and it was 1984. So, but I'll take his word for it. All right, so another great fact about the National Ice Cream Month, he declared National Ice Cream Day as the third Sunday of July, and that happens to fall on July 20th. Are you guys doing anything in honor of that day or the month in general, or what are your specials like?
So on Mondays, we do offer milkshakes. They're on special on Mondays. Tuesdays, we do a BOGO scoop. So it's 2 scoops for the price of 1 every Tuesday. Fridays, we do $1 off of our waffle cones. On Saturdays, we've just added a $3 1 scoop cup. And then on Sundays, we have our Sunday Fun Day. And that's our take on the spelling of Sunday. And you get a 1 free Sunday topping of your choosing.
Awesome. This, like I said, best place to get ice cream. If you haven't been here, if you haven't tried the Ashby's ice cream, it's just the creamiest, richest, most delicious ice cream. Ronald Reagan would love it.
So how was that?
It's too good to even describe, but my body doesn't always agree with me when I eat ice cream, but I do it anyway. I think a lot of people do that.
I also noticed you brought none back for me or for Randy. Oh wait, Randy went with you.
Yeah.
So Randy got some, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Gabe did want to send back some to you, but I had to explain that it's 90 degrees out and it's gonna melt.
Well, Gabe, thank you for thinking of me, and Gabe, thank you for appreciating me, unlike some other people around here. Anyway.
90 degrees.
I don't care. You should have taken a cooler. You could have figured this out. Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about some of the great shows we have coming up on MuddyRiver.tv this weekend. On Monday, we will have another edition of High Tech in the Heartland with Scott Richardson. We talk about epigenetics. What's epigenetics? I think I kind of understand, but you're going to have to watch the show for him to explain it a little better for you. Also, Business Spotlight, Keaton Bartz and Matt Bergman with the Gardner Camp. Gardner Camp is one of the best kept secrets in West Central Illinois.
Later today, we drop our Club Muddy for this week. It's a roundup. That's where we like to sit down, just the 3 of us, discuss what's in the news. I'm sure you'll hear some 4th of July chatter and a little bit about what's in our algorithms.
Also coming up on news this week, the Hope House president, Todd Hastings, he will be going before the Quincy City Council on Monday to try to get them to go against the Quincy Plan Commission's recommendation to put a home for expectant mothers in the 21st and Jefferson area. And if you you can watch that report this weekend. We also have a copy of the letter he sent to all the aldermen in which he makes his case for this project. And after my conversation with him, very appreciative of what he's trying to do. And certainly sounds like there's a need for something like this. And I hope they do get something figured out one way or the other. So.
Earlier this week, Ashley sat down with Mayor Moore on our Minutes with the Mayor, brought to you by Mercantile. They discussed things like the success within the current administration and all her accomplishments so far. And then Ashley hit some hard-hitting questions in regards to the food and beverage tax that was discussed recently at the City Council, where they allocated $250,000 of the 1.8 estimated of what was collected in the 2025 fiscal year. They allocated that towards their Bet on Q and the Leg Up programs, which is what it was kind of originally for.
You are a law-abiding citizen, correct? For the most part?
Yes.
A lot of the time?
Yes.
You have car insurance, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, who wouldn't, right? But there are some people out there, some scallywags, some scofflaws, who do not.
I wonder
have car
if some of
insurance.
those unmotorized bicycles, are they insured?
I don't know, but let's talk to our friends at Rober and Phillips to find out what you have to do when you end up running into or getting run into by an uninsured motorist.
In the American legal system, attorneys counsel and represent the people for a better way of life. The law firm of Rober and Phillips are there for you.
I was in a car accident and the other person didn't have insurance. Now, what does that mean? I'm out of luck as far as recovery? What can I do to protect myself?
Many people come to me and ask me about insurance because when they get involved in a motor vehicle accident, they find out that the other person didn't have any insurance or was underinsured. In Illinois, it is required to carry at least the minimum limits of liability insurance, which is $25,000 per person or $50,000 per accident. According to a recent statistic in 2022, 1 out of every 6 drivers are uninsured. That means that if that individual gets into a car accident with you and they are uninsured, that means that you would have no coverage other than your uninsured or your underinsured motorist coverage. So make sure you ask your insurance agent the next time you purchase insurance that you are covered.
For more information, contact the law firm of Rober and Phillips.
Sports is very exciting this week. You know why?
Because we're inviting somebody back.
Shuck Daddy's back, baby.
Now it's time for sports, brought to you by Neiman's.
Happy 4th of July weekend, Muddy Buddies. Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman here. Hope you have an enjoyable, fun, and safe holiday weekend. Go USA. It should be a fun weekend for everyone. Not a lot going on the sports scene this weekend, obviously because of the holiday, and we've kind of hit that midsummer lull. But we did have some news drop this week with the resignation of Johnny Dahl as the John Wood Community College men's basketball coach. And I think it's time for John Wood to look at what it needs to do moving forward. It's kind of at a crossroads with that program because they need to make that job a full-time position. And I write about that this week, so you can check out that column at muddyriversports.com. Coming up next week, a lot going on. A lot of fun things going on. We have the Junior National Pool Championships taking place at the Oakley Lindsay Center. That goes Monday through Friday, so you can go down there and check that out. Shane Holsey of our staff will be spending some time at the Oakley Lindsay Center next week, so bright coverage of the Junior National Pool Championships. Next weekend, we have the Missouri versus Illinois All-Star Baseball game, which takes place over in Hannibal at Veterans Field. And then we also have the Quincy City Doubles Championships in tennis coming up. So the Quincy Tennis Association already crowned its singles champions last month. Now it's the doubles weekend coming up. So you'll have the doubles tournament and the mixed doubles tournament going on the same weekend. So that'll be happening at the Greenman Tennis Center in Reservoir Park. So looking forward to that. We'll have coverage of all that going on next week. Plus, we're only a little more than a month away, 5 weeks away from the start of football practices around here. So the colleges will get started first and then the high schools. And we'll be getting prepared for all that. I'm going to spend part of July working on all our prep work and all our plans. So we'll have ready to go when August hits. And then we'll have some other stuff coming up here in later July with the Adams County Bicentennial. I'm going to take a look at some of the best sports stories that have happened in Adams County. And I think some of them will surprise you. It's not going to be just a single team winning a championship, but there are some cool moments, some cool seasons, some people, maybe some names you've forgotten about. So we're going to dive into that here a little later this month in July to get you prepared to get kind of that gap between seasons. But we'll continue with our coverage of the Quincy Doggy Paddlers and everything else going on this summer. Again, make sure you tune in to muddyriversports.com to check everything out. Check out Muddy River News for all your news updates as well. And have a safe and enjoyable 4th of July weekend.
Neiman's, your neighborhood market.
Now the moment everybody's been waiting for. What's the weather going to be this weekend?
I've heard it's going to be hot, Bob.
It's not going to be that hot.
90 degrees is hot, Bob.
Oh, 90 degrees. It's July. That's not that bad.
It is.
100 is bad, but might be a smidgen of a chance of rain.
No.
Yes. Here's our friends with How's Weather up there from Farm and Home Supply.
All right.
All right, for joke?
Yes, sir.
All right. So most people will consider 90 degrees really hot, right?
Yeah, some would, yeah.
But mathematicians, it's just right.
Oh, yeah.
Right angle.
Yeah,
90
right
degrees.
angle, yeah.
I'm hot dogologist Nathaniel Jones. This is meteorologist Brent Clare. How's the weather with your 4th of July weekend forecast? Are you a hot dog fan, hamburger fan, brat fan? You got 3 choices on 4th of July. Which one are you going with?
If I had to choose, probably brat, because you can get the other 2 anywhere else.
Yeah.
But the brats are, with some onions and like that. So hamburgers, obviously, you can get that in a restaurant. And hot dogs, yeah, it's just, nah.
Going brat.
I'm going brat, yeah.
Okay. How will it be cooking those brats for 4th of July?
In a beer pan bath with onions on the grill. So.
And with a sweat towel.
I've never done a sweat towel, no.
Oh, okay.
So,
but you might need one at 90 degrees, correct?
At 90 degrees, yeah. But
okay.
Depends on where you put your grill. For me, it's right on the edge of the house, or you just step in, step out. So it's nice. But I've never smoked them. I don't think that would work very well, but it takes too long anyway. But you gotta have that. You gotta have that charbroil, on that stuff like that. So we'll have to see. So although tomorrow I'm cooking chicken. So
chicken on 4th of July?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Barbecue.
Guess if you're frying it.
Smoking it. I'm gonna have a good time tomorrow. So I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow yet. It's still we got a lot of things still to do on the farm, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna take off or I'm gonna work all day. But that's okay. That's the independence we can celebrate. So, but on the other hand, temperatures still about this 89, 90 degrees, not too bad. Yesterday afternoon was kind of interesting. We had those clouds come through, and it looked like it was going to rain all rest of the day, and it never did. So I actually cooled off a little bit, but still, when that wind dropped, that humidity was just like So anyway, that's what we're going to continue to see through the next few days. As we'll see temperatures around 90, and the humidity up there as well. So a little sultry as you're watching, but the good news is firework viewing time is looking absolutely perfect for most areas on tomorrow night, Friday night for 4th. Probably about 80 degrees, and again, no wind, so it's a little humid, but bring a fan, bring something like that, or just a good excuse to have your extra coolers, stocked well for that. But again, fireworks viewing should be absolutely perfect this time. Besides the warm temperatures. So.
From a dryness standpoint, we got a little bit of rain earlier on, but people always, if you're lighting off fireworks, of course, have some water handy just in case it gets out of hand. But you don't imagine it being too big of a risk, right?
Right. I mean, you got to understand that most of our lawns and everything like that are very green. That's a good thing for you guys.
Yeah.
But there's always the dead grass on top of the lawn. There's always the tall grass that doesn't get mowed. So there's always places. So, again, they always say, leave the fireworks to professionals, but I always consider myself a professional at all things. So,
professional pyro.
Professional pyro. That's right. So I can make the best things explode big time, but usually not intentionally. So. Yeah, so just always, always safety is keep the water bucket nearby, and I don't know. I always remembered kind of having a few things snuck over the river back in the day, and just like they don't seem as good as they used to be.
Nothing is as good as it used to be.
Well, that's true. So,
from a fly forecast, we'll call it that, because I have noticed them kind of pick up, especially since it's been hot recently, and then Japanese beetles, a few of them have been spotted in the area. With it being dry like this, I mean, do you imagine the bugs picking up in velocity over the next week or so?
Well, it's funny that working in the shop lately, the gnats really haven't been as bad.
Yep.
I don't know if that's the heat kick, whatever. But it really hasn't been that buggy. But obviously, you wait that one time and then poof, here they all come. Fortunately, mosquitoes have been down for, the only thing that is the flies are starting to come back now.
Right.
So obviously that's going to be a little more concern. And as we get closer to the pollination times for the crops, you are going to see those beetles really start to get more nuisance, and they kind of just, they pop up anywhere, and they just,
they're pests.
They're pests, yeah.
Yes.
That's a good way to put it. So yeah, buggy, but always, the buggins and the off was always a good thing for outdoor activities. And, I was going to say, other outdoor activities, boating should be perfect this week.
Yep.
It's been a long time since we've had a really good fourth boating season, so probably we'll see the lakes and the rivers pretty full for that tomorrow night to do. So always safety for that as well.
And fishing too, almost perfect fishing weekend if you're going out on the boat or going on the rivers and lakes. Be pretty nice.
I don't like sitting around and sweating and just
to catch your catfish. Again, you gotta work for your independence, work for your fish at the same time.
Yeah. So anyway, but other than that, we go into the weekend, and Saturday and Sunday look to be pretty good. But we see some chance of showers coming in late Sunday into Monday as another front starts to move through. We're not probably going to see any popcorn thunderstorms in the next few days, so that's a good thing. But hopefully going into next week, we'll see a little cooler temperatures like we did earlier this week. I don't know if we'll see that big rain that we, places at 3, 4, 5 inches last Sunday, and we didn't get anything. It's like very frustrating to see that. So that's always a thing to watch out for. And then of course, this is let's see, Schuyler County Fair this week, so they had their rain out, so they should be good. They had their rain out on Monday, so
yeah,
that's crazy. They had to cancel things. That's the worst thing in the fair. Hot temperatures keeps the crowd away, but rain really just dampens the spirit of the county fair. So you just got to keep those away. That's why I joke around. I'm saving all my good weather for the end of this month. So
for the Adams County Fair.
That's right. I love everyone, but Adams County, this is here we are. So other than that, like I said, pretty calm, typical July weather coming up. Nothing major. Again, we're moving into that time. I talked about this a few weeks ago. This is getting to the time where we start to see those big wind events start to come in. We saw that in 13, and again in, was it 15 or 19? I can't remember.
Right.
But this is the time of year, because the fact that the storms don't have that driving force with the jet stream, how it crosses and pushes the storms. When they don't have anything to kind of push them on, they grow up, and then when they die, that's when those winds come down, and then that forms new storms, and And so again, we're getting to that time of year where derechos are becoming a possibility. So again, I don't see anything anytime soon, but nonetheless, the big wind season, I guess the summer wind season is coming up. So always a good time to make sure maybe a generator or two is available or something like that. So. But again, we'll worry about that next week. This week we're going to enjoy Independence.
Yeah, enjoy your fireworks. Stay safe, of course,
Absolutely.
And hydrate since it will be 90 degrees.
That's right. And you get a couple coolers from Farmer and Home. That'll help with that.
We got coolers, we got cups, everything to keep hydrated.
God bless America.
Well, let's hope that rain holds off this weekend.
At least for all the fireworks displays that are coming up this weekend. Tonight at the Freedom Fest, they will bring us fireworks on Quincy's Riverfront. That is a great display, a great tradition, a nice large crowd, and it's always makes magic for my eyes and my kids' eyes.
Speaking of fireworks, of course, you can go and visit the world's largest fireworks selection store just south of Hannibal on Highway 61, the Fireworks Superstore. And of course, when you're in Hannibal, during National Tom Sawyer Days, they will also have their own fireworks displays as well.
Tomorrow, again, rain or shine, in Washington Park, there will be the Farmers Market brought to you by the district. And while we do not have blues for you tonight, they want you to know that their district street concert is scheduled. That is scheduled for August 16th. It's featuring AC/DC Thunderstruck. Those tickets are available both on their website and their Facebook. We'll go ahead and post those on our Facebook in the upcoming days.
Great cover band. They've been here before. They put on a heck of a show. Also, don't forget, in 2 weeks, we have the Gem City Concert Series with Gavin Adcock coming up down at Lincoln Park. Also this weekend, mentioned National Tom Sawyer Days earlier. Of course, a couple of big events coming up. The Hannibal Cannibal tomorrow morning, starting at 6:30. It's like a rolling start or a starting start, or however you want to go. You just show up and you run up that hill if you're a crazy person. And then also, we've got mud volleyball all weekend. My buddy Kevin Murphy has retired, but he is now running the show. He's been running it for a while, but he's now coaching and encouraging, and I just told him that the less mud volleyball he plays, the more he gets to drink, and I think that's a good incentive for him. Also this weekend, the Carnival, Tanyard Gardens, concerts, bands, anyway, National Tom Sawyer Days, all put together by the Hannibal JCs.
They do a great job.
They do. It is. It's one of the best events of the year. Hoping to sneak down there a little bit on Saturday. And on Sunday, weather permitting, please don't rain, the 50th anniversary of Quincy Raceways. I will be emceeing the event. We'll have the Hall of Fame inductions. We're going to have a little get-together over at Scotty's Fun Spot for the old-timers. I'm not an old-timer, but I'm just going to go tag along. Guys who've worked there in the past, we're going to get together, swap some stories, tell some lies, and then go over, watch some great racing, and, of course, have the Hall of Fame ceremony on Sunday.
Are you happy that I didn't interrupt you when you said you're not an old-timer there?
Oh, I could feel it here. I could feel you staring at me and with some smarty comment.
Yeah. Okay, so we did mention before about the Freedom Fest fireworks. I don't want to forget all the other firework displays. We'll go ahead and post this right now so you can see some of the other firework displays in the area. And if you are shooting off fireworks yourself, make sure you don't blow off your hand. Remember that it's also illegal on this side of the river. But have fun, Hannibal.
Have fun, everybody, with your fireworks. But just remember, as you watch this, first thing on the morning of the 4th of July, someone will go to bed tonight without 10 fingers.
Someone.
Let it not be you. Anyway, happy birthday, America. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Bye.